dear students, after we have completed our first chapter, reading explanation and the comprehension questions, now I am moving to the grammatical part, working with the language portion. So straight away coming to the first question. These questions are about the past tense. You all know the past tenses, past, present, future, and simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. These also you all have read in your previous classes. So here the question is about past tense and past perfect tense. Past perfect tense, we call it earlier past also. This is the basic idea here, which is explained: past and earlier past. Okay, I'll be explaining it one by one, point wise. So just look at the sentence from the story. I spotted it in a junk shop in Bridport. The man said it was made in the early 19th century. This one was in a bad condition. Now here the italicized verbs are in the past tense. I spotted, spotted, the man said, said, this one was. So spotted, said, was. These are in past tense, simple past tense, or past indefinite, you also know them as. So past tense, so they tell us what happened in the past. That's why we use past tense. Okay, so here first of all you have an exercise to do. You read these lines given below, this passage given below, and find out which verbs are used in past tense. Okay, a man got on the train and sat down. The compartment was empty except for one lady. She took her gloves off. A few hours later, the police arrested the man. They held him for 24 hours and then freed him. So I am not giving these answers, it's very easy. I want you to try this to find out how many past tense verbs are used in this passage. Okay, now moving forward, look at these sentences. The veneer had lifted almost everywhere. Both fire and water had taken their toll on the desk. Okay, now in these sentences, pay attention to these verb forms. The veneer had lifted. Both fire and water had taken. Had lifted, had taken. Okay, these two verb forms. These are basically, you know them as, when we use the verb helping verb had with the third form, it is past perfect tense. You all know this. So the author found and bought the desk in the past. The desk was damaged before the author found it and bought it. Fire and water had damaged the desk before and the author found it and bought it. So here what it is trying to explain is that something happened in the past and something had happened even before that. Author found, but before author found, it was already damaged. The water had damaged it even before the author found. Both things are said in the past. Author found, okay, it was found, past tense. And veneer had lifted, means that happened even before that. So that's why we call it earlier past also. So point to remember, okay, past perfect is used to indicate earlier past. Even before the past is earlier past. That's why we use past perfect tense with the helping verb had and the third form, damaged or lifted. These are third form. Remember, whenever we use perfect tense, we always use the third form of the verb with these word. Here in past tense with had always comes the third form. Okay, so we use verb forms like had damaged for an event that in earlier past. If there are two events in the past, we use had form for the event that occurred first in the past. Again, this point to remember, if we are mentioning something, we are using a sentence where two actions, two things happened in the past. Okay, remember, in our one sentence, if you are talking about two things happened in the past, so we will use past tense and past perfect tense both here. Okay, and the thing happened first, the thing happened earlier will be mentioned in earlier past, that means perfect tense. This is the basic idea to remember. Two things of the past, so the thing happened first will come in past perfect tense. Here one more use of this past perfect helping verb had is mentioned. We also use the past perfect tense to show that something was wished for. If we wish for something, for example, you can say I had always wanted. It is a wish or in past time, so we can use this in this manner also. Okay, now okay, it is for your discussion. Can you find the difference in the meaning of these sentences? When I reached the station, the train left. When I reached the station, the train had left. Both sentences are almost similar except the tense form. In the second one, you see train had left. In the first sentence, the train left. So what is the difference? What can be the difference in the meaning? Both are not same. Can you guess? When I reached the station, the train left, and when I reached the station, the train had left. Okay, let me clear it. When I reached the station, the train left. The first sentence, it indicates the train left as I reached the station at the specifically at the same time. I reached the station and the train left at that time. It may be in front of me also. The train, I might have seen the train leaving. Means both the things, both the actions happened specifically at the same time. The second sentence tells when I reached the station, the train had left. The train had left means it is indicating the earlier past, means before I reached the station, the train had already left. Now, this is the difference of these two sentences. Okay. Now, the question for you is fill in the blanks using the correct form of the verbs in the bracket. Now, it is for you to do. Remember, if two things happen in one sentence, so the thing happened first will be written in perfect tense, past perfect using had. This you have to remember and do this exercise. My little sister is very naughty. When she come back from school yesterday. Now, come back yesterday. So when she, very easy to answer, when she came back from school yesterday, she had now tear her dress. So had is already used here in this sentence. So tear. Remember what I told, whenever you use the helping verb had in perfect tense, the verb comes in third form. So third form of tear, torn, will be used here. She had torn her dress. These are first two answer I gave you. Now it is for you to answer yourself. Okay, remaining question you do yourself, and if you do not understand, you can contact me, you can message me. Second one is also there, a very easy question. Underline the verbs and arrange them into two columns, past and earlier past. Okay, which verb comes in past and which verb comes in earlier past. It is also very easy. My friends set out to see the caves in the next town, but I stayed at home because I had seen them already. So let me tell you the first answer. My friend set out to see, set out, so it will come in past tense, first column. But I stayed, again this comes in past tense, first column, stayed, because I had seen comes in the earlier past. Okay, this way you have to do this exercise. So this much is all for today. Next we will be covering in the next part. Thank you.